Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears. Oh wait, no, we're changing that. Here to help you go into major manifesting. This is your channel for manifesting. How? Well, breaking through fears has always been my focus because anything that holds you back is based on a fear. And you might not think so, but we can always break it down to some kind of a fear. Because fear comes from the ego, and I want to talk today about power words that can completely change how you look at life, which then changes what manifests, and how you can change your reality with just a few simple power words that are related to the ego and fear. I'm going to do quite a few of these videos, but today I want to focus specifically on ego words that block you. And if you change just a couple words here, we're going to open up the gateways to manifesting really cool stuff on a high frequency. Why do we want to manifest on a high frequency, and what does that mean? When you are abundant and happy and you're happy for other people, that's a high frequency. When you're resentful and blaming people and angry, that's a low frequency. Now you manifest from every frequency, but we want to manifest from a high one because that's where the world starts to change and everybody's happy, right? If you manifest from a low frequency, you can do all kinds of stuff, including manifesting a lot of money, but it's going to come from a place of greed or anger or hoarding or whatever. That's a low frequency. You can manifest a lot of money up here if you'd like, but you're going to be giving it abundant. You're never going to feel threatened. So that is my goal for you to consider. Now, here are some things that we're going to start with. I want to demonstrate that two words could completely change your message to the universe. Your message. You are manifesting with those words. There's nothing out there that makes a decision and sends it back to you. It's happening. Boom, right now. All right. I see this a lot on my channel, and I'm sure it goes on everywhere. When you add the two words, for me, you stop separation. I'm going to give you an example. People are always looking, majority of people are always looking at the world as a separate thing from them. That we are all this material thing and that you are separate from me, and then there's conflict constantly in what you believe and what she believes, what he believes, and this is why we are not getting along. Governments, with the public, with religions and cultures are all arguing a point because they believe that what they believe and think and feel and what they desire should be what everybody else does, right? We'll get into these political debates. It's silly, all right? When you add for me, whenever you have an opinion or something you like or whatever, it stops making the other wrong. Okay? And it allows you to be an individual. And I'll give you an example and why this works and why it's so powerful. You stop conflict when you say, for me. You stop putting the other person in a position to defend themselves, which they shouldn't anyways, but most people will because they're still in the ego state. People will say in the channel, and somebody just did this with a meditation, that meditation, there were too big of pauses. Boom. End of statement. If that person had added, and by the way, the person came back and we had a nice, really cool discussion about that. But that discussion never had to happen. It could have been that video, that meditation had too many pauses for me. Because most of the people tell me that they like the pauses, that I allow them to go into a meditative state with no talking, and then I come in and talk a little bit. You know, I listen to my audience. But this one person, when you come in, and by the way, I'm not picking on you because you're amazing. You actually went back in and really, really looked into that, which was so cool. That one person made a statement that this is how things are about that meditation. Blanket statement for everybody. Now, whether they're feeling or thinking it or not, that statement to me was, this is what's wrong with the video, with the meditation. And this is how other people that are in ego are going to go on the defensive with that. My response for that is, cool. There are amazing meditations out there with no talking, and you should probably go see those. And then, you know, I've got others where, you know, I talk all the time, which I don't personally like, but a lot of people like me to talk through the whole thing. To me, that's not meditation. That's, you know, more chatter in the head. So we all have our individual expressions, but when we recognize everything we feel and think and see and desire is for me, then we stop blaming the world or telling the world that it needs to also feel and think and like what you do. And we do this all day long. Catch yourself and see if you can change this to your advantage, right? It's just your choice, but if you give this a try, I think you'll be really shocked at how good it feels, and the reaction you're going to get with other people is going to be so different. All right, and you don't even have to go into that space of conflict or having to be right or whatever, right? You don't even have to go in that space. But if you're going to make a statement about something and you feel you need to, which is usually the ego, if you say, for me, you will no longer say that the world has to believe and think like you, which is separation, which is a block. It's a block. And so when you go into that space, there's no openness on manifesting what you desire. There is a world is wrong, or that person is wrong, or this is how things should be, and that's the ego. It's a lower frequency. All right? So when you go into something and anything, so that work situation is stressful for me. And when you're speaking to somebody and maybe they love something, oh, they love this wine and it's wonderful, and you say, it's a little bit too, and we do this all the time, it's too tart, or it's too heavy. So we're already, even if there's no conflict in there personally, and the person doesn't take it in a negative way, there's still a conflict in the words. You put conflict in there. In other words, it's this for me. Oh, well, great. It's perfect for me. Oh, it's too tart for me. In other words, there's two individual expressions here, not telling the other person that this is how it is. Does this make sense? I'm going to tell you why this is so critical. If you don't get this right now, if it's not clear to you right now, you're allowed to be an individual expression. We all have free will. We're supposed to express ourselves as seemingly individuals, but we are all connected. So when you separate yourself, you make those statements, you absolutely create a lower frequency block. All right? So when you state stuff and you don't expect somebody else, or you're talking about another religion, or you're talking about politics, and when you make a statement that the world should think like you, you are absolutely separating, blocking, lower frequency. This is why the planet has been in trouble for centuries. So realize, no matter what you're feeling or thinking or believing, it is only for you. Because you are on an individual journey within this one energy, purposefully to experience what you personally are. And if somebody else is not going to experience that, nor should they, nor do they have to believe what you do. Every time you think or have an opinion about something, put for me, or whatever works in there that's equivalent to that. And see how it sort of makes you a neutral person. In other words, that's just my personal taste. Not, oh, this is how things should be, or you're wrong. Catch yourself all day and realize how many times you make statements as if it's how everybody and the world should be. Yeah. And put for me, and then you realize, oh, I'm just one beautiful expression within all the other ones, and I'm not right or wrong, neither are they. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.